Oh, hello and welcome into another week of Weather Chat. I'm meteorologist Scott Sumner, and with me today is Chief Meteorologist Jackie Layer. Jackie, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. Another day where you're talking about, the winter season and, some fun things to be had in the winter season.
Oh,
Right?
yeah. We talked last week about some skiing at Wisp Resort, and it was so perfect because the snow was coming down. It was such a Hallmark movie and a Hallmark moment, I got to tell you.
Yeah.
But now this week, we're going to shift gears a little bit, not so much in the winter season, but actually what is being done, and it's more of snow tubing. And with us today, General Manager, we have from Harry Longerbeam, General Manager there over at Snow Riders. How are you doing, Harry? Welcome in, and thank you for joining us.
Good, good. Thank you for having me on. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. When I saw your website and that it wasn't a skiing lodge, we got to get Harry on because there's everybody out in the world is doing skis, on the skis, but not too many people are just solely tubing for the most part.
Yeah.
And so that's why I wanted to reach out. And plus, you're not that far away from, yeah, you have to drive a little bit, but you're in Harpers Ferry, West Virginia. People from D.C. can hop on the roads and hop out that way. So certainly a doable drive for sure. But before we get into some questions and everything, I want to just talk a little bit about yourself. And hey, how did you get to the position you are, and how did you get over to Snow Riders?
Well, thank you very much. So I started here just about 7 years ago. I've been with the company for my 7th year. Will be starting in February. And I've been in the outdoor industry since I was in high school, since the 80s. And, my first real job outside of like mowing grass for my neighbors was a whitewater raft guide in Harpers Ferry. It's all beginner whitewater, but it's a beautiful trip. There's a ton of history. And for that time period and growing up, it was the best job you can have. And honestly, I believe being a raft guide is about the best job ever, period. Your office is outside. You get to meet new people every single day from all over the world. And it's just generally a lot of fun to do. And so I did several years as a raft guide, and I worked in the outdoor industry for a couple kayak companies. And I also worked for Coleman Outdoors. If you're familiar with the Coleman stoves and the Coleman coolers, I worked for those guys as well. But my whole work life has been centered around the outdoor industry in some shape or form. I even lived at ski resorts for several winters. I was a raft guide in the summertime and worked in a ski shop and bartended at a ski resort in the wintertime. And then eventually you realize you have to grow up a little bit and find something a little more stable that's not seasonal. And so that's what we've done at River Riders. We've been actually able to create a 4-season resort in Harpers Ferry, just less than an hour and a half drive from Washington, D.C. And we're a great daytime trip for people.
Yeah, absolutely. You are pretty close, like we talked about just a few moments ago. Not too far away to hop in the car or take a bus or whatever if you need to, and do a little tubing out there. Now there's also I think from the website, if I remember correctly, there's some cabin rentals and some vacation rentals that are there on the premise. Are they really solely winter, or really or summer, or is it all year round rentals?
It's all year round. We have 5 Airbnbs that we own that are on the same road as River Riders, right next to us. And so we have 5 homes. They all come with a hot tub. They all have an outdoor grill, and they sleep anywhere from 10 people up to 22 people. So we have lodging, which is very close by, and then we have a campground that's just a few miles away that has 8 cabins, and they could be used in wintertime as well. And we also have a restaurant on site, so we can actually satisfy our guests' needs right at our doorstep.
Excellent. Good stuff. Jackie, I know you had a question for
Yes,
for
and
Harry.
I know that we were talking about snow tubing. Can you talk a little bit more about how much time does a person have on the tubing slope?
So you buy a hour and a half time slot for tubing, and that includes all your time tubing, includes your tube. And our hill is 900 feet long. It's one of the longest in the East Coast, but we have what we call the magic carpet. That's 500 feet long, and that's a conveyor belt you hop back on. It takes you back to the top, so you can keep doing it over and over again.
You don't have to do it yourself. You could just hop on that Just there we
Yes,
go.
yeah. We cut the walk out for you. That's very important, actually.
Yes.
Yes.
Very cool.
Thankfully.
I did see something too that really kind of piqued my interest, and my question was why. And you'll have an answer for this, but apparently there is a height requirement for all the guests.
It's based off of size and the length of our hill, and it's just a matter of, for smaller children, we prefer that we have we have a kiddie hill that we open up a little later in the season when we get more snow, and it's more appropriate for the size of the person. We do it off of size and weight as well, but you have to be able to adjust to the size of the guest and the weight of the guest for safety reasons, and also depending on the snow conditions too. Some days are faster than others, so we just have to make adjustments. So.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. All right, so there is kiddie tubing, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a small little hill, but it's great for the little ones. It's the only place we allow a child to ride on an adult lap because it's so short, but we don't allow something like that on our main tubing hill. So that's the reason why we are a little more restrictive on sizing.
And what's the age for the kiddie, kiddie group, kiddie slope?
The kiddie slope, it's all based off of the height again. Anything under
height.
36 inches. So 35 inches and under can go on the kiddie hill. And then 36 to 41 inches can ride on the adult hill, but they have to ride behind the adult, though. So
Okay, fair enough. All right, good stuff. We're just getting into it here with some snow tubing with General Manager Harry Longerbeam. And Harry, again, we're going to take a quick break here on the show, and then we'll be back with some more questions for Harry for him and Snow Riders coming up in just a few moments. Stick around for that. All right, welcome back. We're talking a little snow tubing today, and with us here is Harry Longerbeam. Harry, thank you, General Manager for Snow Riders in Harpers Ferry, West Virginia. Appreciate you joining in today.
Sure, of course.
Yeah, Harry, we were talking prior to this episode of Weather Chat. You were talking about how much snow you guys have already received.
Yes.
Going into the season. That is great that that's already happening
Yes.
at this point.
Yep.
How excited are you to really get things going? And are you already noticing the excitement, on the mountain there?
Of course. And so we always have to be careful. It's not snow that we received, it's snow that we made. So we haven't had much natural snow, but we've been able to make a lot of snow because of the colder temps this year. We feel like this fall's been a little cooler, so we've been able to make more snow. And we have two systems. We use a primary system, which makes a lot of snow in colder temperatures, but we also have a more simpler system that will make snow up to 80 degrees for us. And that snow, that is what gives us our base and gets us open. And the primary system keeps us open. And the excitement, it's amazing. We already have seen, a lot of extra people versus last year. And people have been having a great time on the hill. We've been open anywhere from 5 to 6 days a week for snow tubing, and come Christmas week, we'll be open every single day through Christmas holidays, except for Christmas. We make sure the staff get that day with their families. And then we look forward to a very successful season because of all of the extra snow we were able to make early on. And it's been amazing so far. And I think the one thing is, this just shows again and again that people are looking for activities to do in the wintertime. They just have to be made accessible to them.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, again, this is really, it's kind of a unique situation because everyone is on the ski slopes with their skis or even snowboards, and here is a tubing situation. So that's some great stuff. Now, there are some riding rules on the slopes. Harry, could you please go into some explanation of what those are?
Sure. They're very simple. We just have rules about, we have lane attendants who work the bottom and the top of the hill, and they will direct you when you can go. But we also ask that people make sure they never go before the person in front of you leaves the lane. We just try to make sure that we do everything we can to avoid the collisions between the two people. And then we just have rules about where you can stand. A lot of people want to take pictures and take video of their family members, but they stand in places that are not appropriate. So we try to make sure we clear the bottom of the lanes as quickly as possible and move people back over to the carpet. And then we do have magic carpet rules, as in how far you can stand apart from each other. It's not a matter of social distancing. It's just a matter of the capacity of how many people can be on a 500-foot long magic carpet at one time. Because you have a lot of friends that come together, the first thing you do is step on and walk up to the person in front of them. We kind of want to keep a distance between an equal distance between the guests so that the carpet doesn't get any unnecessary wear and tear. But the biggest rules is just making sure that you don't go before somebody else has cleared the lane in front of you. And also just listen to anything the staff might have specific for that night, that could be based around weather.
Have you gone down the slope, Harry? I have to ask.
Yes.
That.
Oh, yes. A ton of times. Yes. Okay. A ton of times. Yeah.
How long does it take to get down? You said it was like 900 feet, right?
It's 900 feet. And, it takes long. Like when you're doing it, like when you watch somebody do it, you're like, wow, that was pretty fast. But when you do it yourself, you're like, man, this keeps going on and on and on until you get to the end. So it's definitely like your most fun sled ride you can imagine, except for you don't have to shovel or move the snow. We do all that for you. So,
all right, cool.
Yeah.
Sounds like a deal. Well, Harry, also, I know that there's other events going on, and we're talking about the Harpers Ferry Light Show. Can you touch a little bit more on that coming up?
So this has been very exciting for us. We started a light show. We have an aerial adventure park during the summertime. And during the wintertime, it stays essentially closed. And we wanted to add another wintertime activity to give people a little maybe of a more full day experience here. And so we added a holiday light show. We made a significant investment into it on staffing and on the equipment. So in our aerial adventure park, we have a light show. It's an amazing show. We have Santa there on the weekends. We have a 40-foot tall tower that is a zipline tower during the summertime. And during the wintertime, it's Santa's overlook. You can climb to the top of the tower, see the whole light show from the top. We have multiple fire pits. We have what's called the Choco trailer, which serves hot chocolate. We have up to 10 walkthrough displays that are great for, social media moments, especially we call them Instagram-worthy picture spots.
Well,
Okay.
Harry, I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna
there they are.
pull this up so people could see. This is part of the light show that I'm showing. We had a little bit of a slideshow here. Could you explain? Are you able to see what I'm seeing here? Are you able to see?
Yes. So this looks like, I'm going to be honest, we have some of these displays, but I think this is a stock photo that was grabbed from a marketing resource for us.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah. There you
This
go. So
one.
that
This
is
one.
part of our light show right there. So that is a long walkway that goes through our light show. And that's one of the walkthroughs, the big ornament there. And then you can see all the other items that kind of go that are set up as well. And one of the amazing things is our show is great for our light show is great for small kids because we have one part of the adventure park that's open for them where they can simply do some like little tricky little walkways, little bridges. They can climb and have some fun. There's a swing there as well. So this is part of the light show. Yes, right here.
Okay, very, very, very cool. And let's see, what else do we have here in our slideshow? Of course, the slope and the machines, and you can see the the little bit of a snow coming out of there.
Yeah.
Yes, that was our magic carpet to the side we've been talking about as well.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. And then we have music while you're snow tubing, and at nighttime we have an LED light show. So the lights are constantly changing. As you can see here in this picture, they're red at one point. And then you can see behind me, you can see that they can change to multiple different colors. And so we do special nights, like we have a Valentine's Day night, which we'll do special lights for that. And we also will do like a night for our local first responders as well. And that's a special night for us because for the first responders themselves, we do no charge for that night and then come out and go snow tubing for an hour and a half. And we can do some of the light simulations that they have on their, that come from their own vehicles when they're driving.
Okay, very cool. And there was the Valentine's Day. We've got a couple more slides to go through coming up in just a few minutes. I also want to mention, too, that you do have sometimes not sometimes, you have gift cards available. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes, we do. Yep, we do have gift cards available. It's actually a very popular gift, and it's a very popular item. When the gift cards go online, you can see that there's a lot of purchases for it for sure. It's a great Christmas gift, and I think it's an easy one. And you can bring the whole family out for the event as well.
Excellent, excellent. Well, we've got more to talk about coming up on the other side of the break, but stay with us here, and you're listening and watching, actually, Weather Chat. I'm meteorologist Scott Sumner with Jackie Layer. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Yes, we are talking with General Manager Harry Longerbeam for Snow Riders out in Harpers Ferry, West Virginia. Harry, you have given us some outstanding information for your place, which has been great. Do want to talk a little bit. There's a special thing called Hump Day Wednesday.
Yes.
And how is that different from your other days of the week?
On Wednesday, that's all you can tube for 3 hours. So instead of an hour and a half time slot, we actually double the time slot. We have one very affordable price for it, and the guests can come out and tube for 3 hours, as many times as you can go down the hill in 3 hours, and that's a lot. Most people don't last a full 3 hours, I can tell you.
I was going to say, if it's not the tube, but it's the walk-in or coming back up, the hill there.
It's usually the temperature that makes the definitive decision on how long they're going to stay out there. Yes. Yeah.
True.
But it is a great deal. So.
Well, that leads me perfectly into the fact that it's so cold that you got fire pit rentals over there, right?
Yes, we do. That's also a very popular activity. You can rent a fire pit either before, during, or after your snow tubing time. And when you rent a fire pit, you actually have a fire pit that's slope side, so you can sit there and watch your family go tubing. And a lot of times you'll have a couple of family members go once or twice and then hang out by the fire pit while the kids just tube it up until the time runs out. And you can roast some marshmallows over that. You can have some hot chocolate down there as well. And so we have 8 rentable fire pits, and we're going to be adding a few more this year. And often on most weekend nights, they're sold out every time slot. So.
Wow.
Excellent.
That sounds like so much fun too, and it just looks so picturesque when we're talking about that fire pit right next to everyone tubing.
Yes,
they're like,
it's beautiful, actually. Yeah.
I'm sure the parents, yes, are just chilling at the fire pits. Just let the kids go. Let them go down the hill over and over and over again. But let's also talk about the food and drink options too. I know that you were also talking about the marshmallows on the fire, but what are some of the food and drink options? I know a lot of people are probably interested in that too. After a day of or maybe an hour and a half of tubing, they need some refreshments after.
So right next to the snow tubing hill, we have the Cocoa Cabin, and there you can come over and get hot chocolate right next to the hill. And we have a couple fire pits and gazebos that are for community use at the top of the hill. And then our number one source of food and beverage for our guests is the Allstats Ale House, and that's on top of our main base. And that's a full service restaurant with bar that has a burger menu, more of a pub style menu, burgers, appetizers, some salads, and drinks as well. We serve up half-pound burgers, so they're for real. We have some great bartenders with some specialty drinks during the wintertime. Mm-hmm. So it's a great place to go hang out after snow tubing. And we do have a outside deck that we do have a wraparound material on so that you can sit outside, and it has windows so you can see. And we do try to heat the deck as best as we can, depending on the temps outside. But usually it's a great event or a great place to hang out after or before you're going snow tubing.
Right. I mean, that's great to offer all of that too, and also to offer up all those views as well. I mean, taking the pictures, making it very Instagrammable, like we were talking about earlier with the light show as well.
We have a great sunset from our view. So like if you have a perfect sunset going, it's a great place to have a meal while you're watching the people snow tube on the hill and the sun going down at the same time.
Yeah, funny that you mentioned that. I have that in my work bio, that at the very bottom. I always appreciate the sunset photos that people send me. So make sure to tell everyone that too. But also, you guys offer Eddie the Yeti. I know he sounds like a pretty cool guy. Here he is.
Eddie is amazing. Eddie only comes out in the wintertime because obviously you can see that layer of fur. He'd be a little too uncomfortable during the summertime. But Eddie comes out. He is a crowd favorite. The children love him. He'll go snow tubing with the kids as well. And he's also part of our birthday activities. One of our most very popular thing with us is that people will choose us for a birthday party. We have a separate party room we can cater as well. And we have birthday party packages for families. So Eddie will come out during the birthday parties. He'll hang out with the kids and he'll go snow tubing, and he'll just pop in and see people from every now and then. he's big fan of whipped cream, and we got to kind of keep him away from the Choco, from the Cocoa Cabin. But he is a character on the hill, and people do love him. When he walks across the parking lot, it takes a long time to get to the snow tubing hill because he takes so many photos. Yeah, he's very photogenic.
That's awesome.
I
Harry.
love that. And I'm sure all the winter babies love hearing that you guys offer those birthday parties because I'm a December birthday myself that I appreciate when there's, winter activities to do because usually I'm the one that wishes my birthday was in the summer. But
you can come out for your birthday party. We'll make sure Eddie hangs out with you and you'll have a good time.
There you go. Harry, thank you so much for hopping on board and talking with us this week. And definitely some good stuff. And we'll add their website to our to our webpage and when we put this all together for you and have it air. So thank you again. Very much appreciated. Again, General Manager Harry Longenberger from Snow Riders in Harpers Longer Beam. Longer Beam. Harry Longer Beam.
Yes.
Snow Riders, snow tubing in Harpers Ferry, West Virginia. All right, that's all for this week. Thank you so much. God bless, be well, stay safe, and take care.